So you've heard about this whole manifest anything you want into your life thing, and you want to give it a try. There's only one problem. You have no idea what manifestation even is, and you have trouble believing you can just look up like a how to manifest anything overnight how-to guide, and suddenly you've got your dream job. What is manifesting? Okay, so manifesting isn't just creating a vision board and hoping that all your dreams come true. You're missing an important step or two. Yeah, the manifestation process is the first step into making your dream life, but it's like a little bit more complicated than that. When it comes to creating the life you really want and getting the things you desire, your subconscious mind is the most powerful tool you could ever come across. It turns out that positive thinking really can help you manifest things, okay? So how do you manifest anything you want? Well, the first thing you have to do is banish the negative energy and negative feelings from your life. I know that sounds like a lot, but a positive mindset is one of those small things that will lead you right down the right path. Right down the right path. What is manifestation? The word manifest means to display, exhibit, or appear. It's a verb, a word of action and consequence. Manifestation process is bringing something tangible into your life through attraction and the belief that it will come to you. Manifesting is a powerful tool, making everything you want your future self to feel and experience a reality via your thoughts, actions, beliefs, and emotions, which is pretty cool. Manifesting is cultivating the experience of what it is that you want to feel, and then living and believing in that experience through daily practice so that you can allow it to come into form. When you manifest something into your life, it's because you consciously called it forward. Manifesting makes you a badass. So, how do you manifest anything what you want? Well, step one is you have to get clear about what you really want. If you don't know what you want in life, then how are you going to take all the necessary steps to make it happen? You aren't. So you know that the first thing you have to do to manifest things is to decide what the heck it is that you want to manifest. This means that you must get extremely clear on the specifics. What does that mean? Well, you have to detail the features as if your manifestation is tailor-made for you. The more clear and concise, the better. To get started with this step, and what I want you to do is create a list of 20 to 25 things that you want to manifest. Remember, you have to be super specific about what you want, and you have to list the attributes using only positives. This means don't use the word don't. So instead of saying, I don't want to be broke, say, I will have more money than I need, or even I have more money than I need. In manifestation, it is of the utmost importance that you develop a plan of action. Write it down, read, and then reread it. But you have to know what you want. That's the power of manifestation. Step 2 for manifesting is to ask the universe. Once you've pinpointed exactly what your hopes, dreams, and goals are, the next step is to ask the universe for what you want. One of the best ways to do that is to simply say it out loud. Hey, universe, I want to be thin. I will be thin. I am thin. When the universe is clear on what you want to manifest, then it can help you. If you don't ask, you will not receive. Or, and this is super fun and not annoying at all, you may receive something completely random and not what you want just because you aren't asking for the correct things. Don't leave what you receive up to chance. Ask for what you want and do it free of negative thoughts. There are lots of ways to ask the universe, including prayer, meditation, visualization, and vision boards. Vision boards is probably one of my favorite ways. But a super easy way to ask what you want is to write a letter to the universe. Ask the universe for what you want once a day and make your request really clear. When you're asking, remember to banish your limiting beliefs and think positive thoughts. A positive belief system is super important in the manifesting process. Step 3 is work toward your goals. Manifesting is the art of co-creating with the universe. A great way to think about it is to treat it like a new job and remember that the hard work pays off. When you put the work and positive energy in to propel your higher self toward your higher goals, you're actually taking proactive steps to increase your chances of turning what you imagine for you into a physical reality. Write down 3 actions you can do today to bring you closer to your goal. I know this is hard and it feels like a little out of your comfort zone, but the simple act of just writing down these positive things for a lot of people is one of the fastest ways to get yourself in the right mindset and to help you pay attention to your deepest desires and why you spend so much time wanting them. If you don't know what to do, ask Google, because it's likely someone struggled with the same issue and has written about it. It's okay to not know what you don't know. Don't ever beat yourself up about that. You're awesome. Start taking action and keep taking action until you've reached your goal. Which brings me to step 4. Trust the process. As you work toward your goal, you may find yourself questioning if manifesting actually works. Spoiler alert, manifesting does work. Stop second guessing it. That is self-sabotage at its finest. You might get discouraged and frustrated, especially if it's taking a while for your goal to manifest. If you're sitting in the struggle and wondering when things are going to happen, you aren't trusting the process. When you question manifestation, you're telling the universe to prove manifesting doesn't work. To manifest, you have to, what did I just say? Trust the process. Whenever you find yourself doubting, you have to catch yourself and you have to say, I'm getting closer and closer to my goals every day. The universe has my back and it's awesome. Or, like something like that, but in your own words. Repeat this phrase until you believe it. Repetition's really important in manifesting. Some manifesting methods, like the 3-6-9 manifesting method, actually rely on it almost entirely. There is something really powerful in just like that rote act of repetition that can almost certainly lead to a successful manifestation. Step 5 is to receive and acknowledge what you get. Don't forget to say thank you. What you may not realize is that the universe is constantly at work for you, like all the time. The universe has your back, and you're likely just missing the signs. Well, you were missing the signs, but now that you've read this handy dandy little guide to manifesting, you're never going to miss the signs again, right? Right. Okay. While you may not get everything you envision in the order and time frame that you want, you should receive and acknowledge what you do get. Let me say that again because it's like super important. If you don't get exactly what you want, you still need to be grateful for what you receive. Or, as I used to tell my class of preschoolers that I taught back when I was in college, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. When you start to acknowledge and receive signs from the universe will give you more of what you want. And that leads me to step 6. Keep your vibrations high. I know. A lot of people are always talking about vibrations and not taking the time to explain what it means to keep your vibrations high. And that's frustrating as all get out, but it's also insanely complicated. So let me at least explain how you can keep your vibration high instead of explaining like what that means. According to the law of attraction, you attract what you're sending out. So to attract more of what you want, you have to raise your vibration. Vibrations are like little radio signals you are continuously sending out to the universe. All you have to do is to feel joy in order to boost your vibration. You can do this simply by spending a few minutes doing what you love. Staying positive is the easiest way to be certain good things are coming. You get back what you put out. Remember, be happy, and that makes more happy. It's just all about being happy. Step 7, clear your resistance. Manifestation does not work if you're a negative Nelly, so stop being so grumpy. If you haven't yet manifested what you want, it's likely you are resisting what the universe is trying to offer you. Resisting can, unfortunately, be done a whole lot easier and faster than what you may think. Basically, you can screw up your manifestation with a single day of negative thoughts. You have to let that negative-ish go. You have to. Doubts, pain, procrastination, frustrations, anxiety, fears, regrets, and resentments are all forms of resistance. It's normal to feel resistance. Just don't let it overtake your feelings. When you notice conflict coming up, acknowledge it and remind yourself to breathe and relax. If you're having a hard time letting go of the problem, find someone to help you through it. Do a tarot reading for yourself, or just take a bath and practice a little self-care. How can you manifest? You can practice manifesting to attract whatever you want, whether that's a successful business, good health, a relationship, or even a material object. It just takes nailing the art of manifestation by staying positive, acknowledging what you do to keeping your vibration high, and in a matter of time, you'll notice that all of your life's dreams and desires are finally and literally coming true. All thanks to asking, believing, and receiving. But just please don't forget to say thank you to the universe when you get what you want.